Hi there, this is George Whittam reporting for Whittam's World. Back to the questions this week, and I've got a couple that go together from Scott McDonald, all related to power issues. Scott McDonald's first question says, I have recently been searching for information on how to protect my audio equipment from anything on the power lines coming in. Someone gave me a tip about this device. I wondered if you could review it for Whittam's World. So I have a link here to a product called the JitterBug. I already ordered one as my ID22 goes into the Mac Mini via USB. Also, I've discovered a whole new world involving power cables for audio equipment. I'm blown away by some of these amazingly expensive power cables, which can run into the many thousands of dollars for a short cable. What do you think about these cables that claim to improve the audio quality of your equipment? Do they work? Or is this sort of a snake oil? For example, here's a power cable, 1.2 meters in length, and the price is $1,395. Thanks for your insight. There's a lot of snake oil out there, and this is you're getting into what we call the audiophile territory of things, way outside of the realm of what a home studio or even a recording studio could possibly be bothered with. But let's focus on the things that actually could be useful to you. You also did ask about a couple other products, including one called the Qv2 AC Line Harmonizer and the esoteric EVO3 Sirius. These are power conditioner, power protector kind of devices. So let's look at these things, and I'll give you my 2 cents. I'm not an expert on any of these particular products. I've never heard of any of them before now that you've sent them to me, but I'll give you my 2 cents as to which of these might be considered useful for someone with a home studio. So let's start with the least expensive product out of this list that I can figure out, and that's the JitterBug. This is a little USB device that is connected in line between your device and your computer. And it has interesting claims such as reducing the noise and ringing that plague both data and power lines of USB ports, measurably reduces jitter and packet errors, and improves dynamic contrast, warmth, and resolution. Well, the most important thing that this device could possibly do for someone with a home studio is eliminate that dreaded USB whining, whistling tone that is so prevalent among USB audio devices. The ones that I've heard it the most with definitely are the M-Box products from Avid and DigiDesign. They seem to exhibit this problem often. But it's not just those, it's other pieces of gear that connect to your computer that have audio circuits in them. The computer is passing noise back through the USB cable into the audio device, and because it's electrically connected to your audio device, and your audio device is connected electrically to other equipment through cabling, all of that together can create some interference. So if this JitterBug eliminates that sort of a problem, this little nugget that I think they're selling for 40 euro, if that little nugget actually was to eliminate that problem, I would start recommending them in a heartbeat. The improves dynamic contrast, warmth, and resolution claim, that's the stuff that falls into the audiophile, snake oil, mystical category. Any product that's for electrical or data that claims to improve dynamics and warmth, and that to me is totally a claim that falls in the realm of audiophilism. And believe it or not, you will find plenty of reviewers who claim these products do these things, and it blows my mind. Let's look at a couple more of these products that get much more expensive. Another one that he mentioned in his email was the Nordost Qv2 AC Line Harmonizer. Now, this thing was totally mystical to me. It's a little device that plugs into any power socket on your power strip or an empty power socket on the wall that your equipment's plugged into. And they say with any good product, if you're going to sell one, you might as well sell 2. They say the more of them that you buy, the better they work. You'd think that the signal passes through this device, but no, it actually just plugs into an available plug on your strip, and then it does its thing. And just it's mystical. Let me just put it that way. It's mystical. I don't understand enough about the electrical implications as to what this thing can actually be capable of achieving when just plugged in parallel with another device in your system. It's telling us things like lower perceived background noise, depth and realism in music. Those are those claims again. When I see depth and realism, I start shaking my head. Mechanically tuned carbon fiber body. Whoa. Deeper, more dimensional, and more vibrant picture on AV systems. Yeah. I don't know what the thing costs. If it was 30 or 40 bucks, I would say, hey, you know what? It's worth a shot. Anything's worth a try once to see if it actually makes a difference. But just knowing the target audience that these products are actually intended for, which are audiophiles, folks who are very willing to spend an inordinate amount of money to make very, very incremental, tiny changes to their audio quality, that just tells me that this thing is probably going to be priced at a level that is probably going to be far surpass what most of the equipment in your home studio is going to be priced. If this thing's chassis is made out of carbon fiber alone, that's going to tell you something about the price point that this thing is going to be set at. So let's look at the last device here in this list of interesting products for cleaning up your audio, and that is the Sirius. And the EVO3 Sirius, made by Isotech Systems, is a really, really high-end power strip. And these power strips, I went and dug around a little bit about what these things cost, and they're well north of $1,000. Okay, so let's look again at some of the claims. Removes common mode and differential mode mains noise. Mains in other countries basically means the AC power coming out of your wall. Okay, if it removes noise that could be coming through your power connection from the electrical company, that's great. Then, if it does that, it's great. RFI reduction of 40 decibels. RFI is a big problem. That's radio frequency interference. That's electrical interference that comes in through the air from devices in your house, outside your house. If it reduces that, that's great. Where things get interesting are when you start looking at some of these other claims. Unique inductive resistance gate optimizes the isolation between each of the 6 outlets. That's great. Is there a reason to isolate the 6 outlets from each other? I don't know. I've never heard of that ever being an issue. Interesting. Kirchhoff's equal resistance path ensures equal resistance and power delivery across all the outlets. No outlet gets power before the next, a common problem with other power products which daisy chain outlets together. Never ever heard of this being a problem in any normal studio. 22,500 amps of instantaneous protection featuring Isotech's unique sequential protection system. That to me sounds like its ability to handle basically a lightning strike. And that is important. You want a power strip that has surge suppression that will stop a lightning strike. Why they don't just call it surge suppression, I'm not really sure, but that is important. Then we're talking about how the actual wiring is made, what kind of wiring is inside the box, how much it can handle. So again, this could actually work, but you could also find devices that do a lot of the same things that they're claiming, probably for a third or a quarter of the price. Companies called like Furman, Furman, make power conditioner units that have noise denoising functions, isolation functions, circuits that help reduce buzz and hum in your signal. So, shop wisely, read reviews, go on Amazon, check out some of the reviews for some of these products, wherever you can find some real world end user, not paid off reviews that you read in magazines, which are rarely, if ever, completely unbiased, and see if you can find people that are claiming these things actually help. But it is really a good idea to protect your equipment with at least a surge suppressor. But to say that something else that Scott said, that a surge suppressor is not good for audio equipment, but we're meant to protect a computer, a surge protector doesn't even do anything until it's called into action by a massive surge electricity. So I can't see in any way how a surge protector could in any way be harmful to audio equipment. That just doesn't jive with me or make any sense. Or Scott, if you're having electrical noise issues in your recordings, and I know you've sent me countless files to evaluate, and your noise floor is extremely low. It seems like you're chasing this mythical dragon of sound quality that you don't need to chase. But if that is the case and you will have some issues in your electrical system, then, exploring some of these could be a good idea. But I find that most of these things are very, very overpriced and cause almost no actual real-world improvement to sound quality. Sorry for the rambling rant. I just, when these kinds of questions come up, I definitely want to nip them in the bud because I don't want people spending money on equipment they don't need. I want you to spend the money on better acoustics, quieter studios, possibly a better microphone if you need it someday, and first and foremost, voice acting coaching and training, so that you can be a better voice actor. Nobody that's a successful voice actor and does really great in this business wastes a lot of time thinking about this gear. They really don't. Thanks again for listening. I really appreciate it. If you have a question for the show, you can send it into whittamsworld@edgestudio.com. We're looking for questions on gear, ideas for product reviews, or if you have a suggestion that you might actually want to share with us on the show. You can also get your tech support on with me or anybody on our tech support team by sending an email, or actually more effectively, visiting vostudiotech.com, where we have a variety of different products and services that you can hire out to get the support you need one-on-one. Or you can just call us at 212-868-3343 or EDGE, and one of our folks in our home office in New York City will give you a hand. Thanks again for listening. This has been George Whittam reporting for Whittam's World, and I'll see you guys next week, probably with a product review on a new thing from Yamaha, the AG03. Just came in the mail from B&H. Woohoo! See you next time.